Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with some more Digimon ReArise, and today I kind of want to showcase, I guess a tank burn team. I guess that's what I'm doing now. I got Baihumon and Leomon. Now I can finally do some shenanigans like that. I will try using it with a healer. I'm lacking Omegamon's War, and that is kind of like a huge problem because honestly, because it has the limits, and then it could revive itself, and then give fade. Like it works so good in the tank team. However, I'm not as lucky as doing that. I did get the other Omegamon, the Alter S. However, I feel like he's not so good because if your whole team gets hit with fade or DOTs, you don't want your characters countering. So I'm gonna use this guy just to have like some protection from statuses, just a little bit, just a little bit of crit protection. Also, I not all of these I have like good plugins for. I just kind of threw things in there, but he's there for burning and increasing your power and stuff. This guy increases your defense by 40 and block. Block's not a big deal, but it could kick in sometimes, honestly. And also his main and sub skill increase your resistances, so that would come in clutch a little bit. Increasing your defense in a tank team is always better, if I get Chaos Dramon, I think I would be a better replacement, and then I could replace Creepymon with something else. I believe, maybe a Lucimon, just to have DOT protection. That's how I think it would be better because I'd rather lower my opponent's crit than having crit protection at this point because it can easily be dispelled. Lowering your opponent's stats is like really meta right now. But yeah, and then the next one is Leomon. I don't have the best plugins, and I haven't maxed out his bomb, but it's okay. I haven't maxed out his ability either because I just kind of want to just see if the team was usable, before I invest all resources and stuff. Leomon's like worth it to like invest, but I'm holding out still. Um, yeah, Baihumon, he's maxed out except he doesn't have this, and I only maxed it out just to be fast, so that helps. But yeah, this is the team I'm using. I do try using Sakuyamon, but Sakuyamon kind of like dies easily. The healer one, MM, and yeah, that's why. So you guys will see a couple matches. I'll explain. So let's start going into the matches. All right, guys, we're here on the second matches, or the first match. Um, and my thing to do is, even though I'll try to build a tank team, if I could burn right away, as you guys could see, it's already doing damage. It causes your opponent to use their heals right away. Um, if they don't have DOT protection, always hit burn first because as you guys saw that like shinegreymon at first, half its health went down, and then you're healed, and then half of Megamon's Ward's health went down. So that's the whole point of this team. And with Sakuyamon, like she's so weak. Like honestly, you kind of need to hit that Leomon. And that's why I kind of added her. I want to be able to keep the Leomon going. The thing is that I don't have fade protection, and even if I had fade protection, it could be wiped. Um, but yeah, that kind of hurts. Things that really hurt this team is the fact that like I can't do high damage and Sakuyamon goes down easily, so it gives my opponent the highest damage. So I missed out on those 2 points. Also, another tank team that really hurts any kind of tank team because you're gonna like tank versus tank, whoever has more super awakened at that point, right? Um, but yeah, it's a couple luck. This one was okay. Sakuyamon survived. Not all my matches that I've tested out. These are just some. But what's his name? These were okay battles. But as you guys can see right here, they don't have no status protection. Right away, burn and see what I can get. And then you obviously you need to put up that defense as quickly as you can because that's the Kuyamon right there. I could have lost like the first down, but that's why I put up Leomon, and then I could heal with Sakuyamon. I don't like depending on healing, but if I had Omegamon Zord, I think I'll do much better for this tank team because it has its limits. It wakes, it heals, and that could come in handy. But the fact that it gives fade to your opponent, and also that you could burn, so fade and burn kind of work hand in hand in that team. So that's a better like tank burn team, I guess, than this. But later on, like I showed, I'm gonna use Creepymon, just so I can have that anti crit, and I'm hoping that I activate Leomon, and then my opponent thinks, well, it's a computer, right? It's gonna activate the wiping, from their Baihumon or their Beelzebub, and then if it hits Leomon, then all the other ones still have that crit protection, and it'll be harder to kill my team as they get burned. As you guys saw there, my maximum, I didn't get the maximum damage bonus, and that's very unfortunate. This is another team. It's okay. I honestly have been encountering okay teams with the tank team. Nothing too crazy. Only when like people have Zord and have heavyleomon and have the turtle. Like those are like the teams I struggle a little bit more. I will showcase that in a little bit. But yeah, I try to do the wipe. And the good thing is that he only wipes for 5 turns, right? So he has 2 more turns of defense, and that's okay because Sakuyamon let him reload, and then I'm gonna, not that I'm trying to do damage, but at least it's gonna take away the defense right now once it reloads again, and I'm gonna go back to trying to tank, then keep burning because that shinegreymon still not burned, and yeah, thankfully it hit. But at this point, yeah, most of these are gone. I'm just gonna put up resistances because I don't need to wipe their defense. But that's the one thing I was thinking of with Sakuyamon. Like it's like I have a 10 turn wipe almost with Baihumon. Baihumon, because it keeps sounding weird. I don't know. I can't speak. But yeah, right here we're just gonna let him burn down himself, and that burn does a lot. And he's down for the count. Luckily, and you see that's Sakuyamon just kind of just getting hurt real bad. But yeah, it's not something I would keep using. It's just something I would test out. And again, maximum damage bonus went down the drain. But let's see. The next one is gonna be with Creepymon. This works a lot better in my opinion. If I had Zwart, I feel like Zwart will work better. This is with Sakuya matches. I never went against something that had DOT protection, but then I switch out of Sakuya, and then I encounter like Lucimons and stuff. The first thing I want to do is wipe, but then because it's already the second turn, I have to activate Leomon. Then I activate the burn. I don't want to be too long with everybody taking like fade and what is it called? As you guys saw, that fade or burns or like removal of like crit protection and stuff. So just in case, like if Leomon goes down, at least the other ones will be tanky enough, and by then I'll burn. But because of this, like I still managed to get 28 points, and I think it's the anti crit that hugely helps me get maximum damage, I guess, because my opponent can't do much damage. I have increased defense. I cut how much damage I have because of Leomon. Baihumon lowers their attack. So it's a lot of reducing their opponent's damage. This team is, I guess, will be scared of Imperial Dramons and wiping, but because Leomons becomes a focus, like your defenses don't get wiped, and that's the only thing. As you see, we're going against 2 Bond Digimon, so see how that goes. Again, trying to burn. And the thing that sucks sometimes, like I activate burn back to back to back, and some stuff just chooses not to get burned. Regardless, we are in a really good position in this match. They don't do that much damage at all. On top of me having protections, you guys see like no damage is being done to even Leomon. And even if once Leomon stops, loses his like focus, like from him getting damage, nobody's gonna take that much damage anymore. I have too much protection, and then Balumon's poison coming in clutch, and yeah, like he's just not countering, and they're there. He's done. What's the name? I'm so against the Bond Digimon. When they first came out and I heard about them, I was super excited, super hyped, but they were very disappointing in my opinion. This is a pretty easy match. It's nothing like new meta. This is old meta. I applaud them for still trying and saving up. I hope but we got to remove that DOT. But yeah, this match is not gonna take so long. And then the same again. Wipe, Leomon protection, and burn. And if they don't have DLT protection, it'll be burn, Leomon, and then more burn. That's the whole gimmick. And after I burn, my main focus is using, what is it called? Right now I'm going in for the kill. That's why I use Baihumon. But in other situations, I would use the Greymon only to put up more resistances if I see it fit. If I manage to hit the burn, then I try to go with resistances. And right here, this is going to be a little bit more difficult team. He has that DLT protection, so right away I have to wipe. And the team's pretty strong. And yeah, this is what I mean, where like I start struggling because I have to wipe the DLTs and I have to activate the burn right away to have that protection. But then that left me like activating Leomon later on. Um, and as you guys can see, like right now, yeah, this match was a long one because I'm not sure if any of you guys played since like the beginning, but back then there was like a tenacious team with Ophanimon, and that thing was just too tanky. It was all about running out the timer basically at that point. You were just protected from statuses. There's nothing to really chip away as now, but right now there's a lot of counters and different ways to get through stuff. But back then there wasn't. Like that tank team was just too good. And you see, the problem is that I can inflict burn, and if my opponent doesn't counter right here, because this team is pretty good, it's having DLT protection, like I said, so I had to waste that one turn. Um, and not only that, it heals. Like every time when it gets close to like taking damage, it heals, and that thing revives, and I managed to get it down. I honestly, this kind of match is one of those where like you would have to retry a couple times, and maybe then, it also helps that their Leomon is like super awakened, so it is more tankier than mine. And getting hit with that fade every now and then, just trying to chips down, that's what truly hurt my team. Like that it chips down. That's why I say I would rather add him into the team and take away Creepymon, and then I guess my ideal tank team right now was replace Greymon with Chaosdramon. Just because I want to lower my opponent's crit too and increase my defense. I wouldn't want to use a turtle, and then also have him just to heal. And I think that would be my Omegamon's word just to heal. And yeah, I took the big old L. No points because I literally couldn't do anything if I'm depending on that burn. That doesn't happen as often, but every now and then I encounter like a really good team that could do that. And right here, we're going against an Imperial Dramon, and yeah, that is the Imperial Dramon's weakness nowadays, that you could just remove the wipe. But honestly, I never felt like Imperial Dramon was hard to kill in the first place. Ever since it came out, it wasn't that hard. You just had to wipe the. Back then, you had to waste 2 moves. Now you only waste 1 move, and yeah, it does help that stuff does more damage nowadays. And yeah, this match is a lot better. I really like when the turtle gets burned because, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's a plugins. I think, does it have counter plugins? Because it just goes down real easy. But yeah, like I said, crit protection kind of helps because it doesn't get wiped at this point. Because the only one, if anything, that if they were to get wiped would be Leomon, unless my opponent's Digimon survives long enough to wipe again. But there it is. Hope you guys liked the video. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.